Hi friends, my name is Rohan Barachandra. One of the common questions we keep getting in our YouTube and also in our email is, Sir, how is this share? Can I purchase this share? Or I've already purchased this share, can I continue to hold this share? Etc. etc. This shows that you may not know how to do fundamental analysis. And then you're asking everybody around you whether you can buy a particular stock or not. This is not the way to invest in stock markets. You need to do your own research. You need to be able to decide which companies to invest in, which companies I should do further research on. Today's video will be very useful, especially for beginners, where I will tell you how to do two simple tests to know whether you need to do further research on a particular company or not. Based on that, you can decide whether this company is good or not, whether I should research further, whether I should finally invest my money. So I'm going to share my screen and then give you some details. First step I'm going to do is go to a website called screener.in. This is a very useful website, simple website to use. Now one of the common questions we get in our YouTube videos as a comment is, can I buy Vodafone Idea shares? So let us open Vodafone Idea page. It is showing only 8 rupees per share, so looks like a very cheap share. That means we can buy large quantities and make big profits. This is what investors think. But let us do two simple tests and then decide whether we need to do further research or we can ignore this company. First one, what I'm going to do is I'm going to scroll downwards and then there is a section called stock price CAGR. That means what is the returns the stock has given over the period. 10 years returns minus 19% per annum, 5 years minus 34% per annum, 3 years positive 9% per annum, and 1 year 48% negative once again. So you can see even in the long history, Vodafone Idea has destroyed the wealth of investors and it has not been profitable for the investors. Now let us do one more simple test to get a graphical view of how the performance has been. Now I have come to the graph of Vodafone Idea and it is showing 1 year graph as of now. Let me click on maximum because then I will get a complete picture since listing of Vodafone Idea in 2007 and after it got merged with Idea company. Earlier it was just Idea and then it became Vodafone Idea. You can see here it has been going down for many years. In 2015 it was almost 110, 115 and now only 8 rupees. So you can see how badly it has been performing. This is a simple test to tell you whether you need to spend further time to do research on this company or not. Usually a company which has not done well for the past many years in the long term, it may not perform well in the future as well. Because there is some problem with the company, it is very difficult for the company to revive itself. This is how we need to decide whether to do further research on the company or not. If these two tests are fine, and then you can do complete fundamental analysis. You can spend half an hour, 1 hour, 2 hours, 3 hours researching about the company, its performance, its peers, profit loss account, balance sheet, everything else. Now I'll go to one more company, a famous company and was doing very well in the past. Let us see how it's doing right now. Bharat Heavy Electricals Limited or BHEL. When I click on BHEL, it shows rate 80.1 as on today. Again, looks like a very cheap share because instead of seeing 1000, 2000, it's only 80 rupees per share. Now let us do the two tests. I'm going down and looking at stock price CAGR. I've come here, it says 10 years minus 7% per annum. Even after 10 years, somebody who has invested will be in loss, that too 7% per annum on an average. This is not 7% total, 7% per annum. 5 years, still negative returns. 3 years, 22% positive and 1 year, 36% positive. So only recently performance has improved, but otherwise in the long term, not a wealth creator for investors. Now look at the graph. I will come to the graph and I will put maximum. You can see here, once upon a time, very highly priced share. In fact, recently they gave a bonus. Otherwise, the price was more than 1000 rupees per share. And now it has gone to just 80 and the adjusted price in 2007-8 was more than 330. So you can see here, over the period, last 10 years, slowly deteriorating, slowly making investors lose their money. So when we see such details, we need to be very careful whether we need to do further research, whether we need to invest our hard-earned money. If we had crores of rupees, unlimited money, unlimited time, we could have invested in all companies, we could have spent a lot of time on doing research. But when we have limited money, limited time, we need to be very careful when using it. Now let us come to a better company, a company very well known, and let us see how it has performed. I am going to TCS. So TCS opened 3,261. The price is looking very high, but let us see why it is so high. Now going down, and let us go to the stock price CAGR. Can you see here? 10 years 18% per annum, 5 years 20% per annum, 3 years 14% per annum, 1 year negative returns. Always one standard rule is don't take 1 year performance very seriously. Sometimes very small companies even give 100% returns, 50% returns in 1 year. But when you see the long history, that's the time whether you see the company is good or not. 1 year, 13% neglected. It is just like saying Virat Kohli has scored 0 in 1 match. But in 10 matches if he has scored 0, then we can say he is performing badly. But if you see the long history of TCS, doing well, 1 year not to be taken seriously. Now look at the graph of TCS. It gives you an idea in a very easy way how it has been performing. Can you see a steady growth in the share price over the years? And that is the reason TCS has become one of the biggest companies in the country and also given crores of rupees to investors as benefit, as appreciation. Based on this, you can do further research, decide whether you want to invest in this company, do further analysis about the company's balance sheet, profit loss account, company's competitors, company's future scope, etc. If these things are not okay, then there is no point wasting time. If it is looking alright, then we go to the next step. So this is the initial step which you have to do before investing in any company. Let me go to one more company. I am going to ICICI Bank, one of the leading banks in the country. Let us see how it has performed. Today 903 rupees approximately. And if I go down, stock price CAGR, 10 years decent 15%, 5 years very good 23% per annum, 3 years 19% per annum, 1 year also good 22% per annum. So this is looking alright. Now I go to the next step. Next step, look at the stock price graph to get a graphical idea how it has performed. You can see here over the period there are ups and downs, but overall it has been a good performer. It has done quite well for investors. In fact, one of the good large stocks in the banking sector. So you can see here these two tests give you an idea whether we should do further research. If these two tests a company fails, then you can immediately close the company's page and go to some other company to do your research. Through this video, I have been able to give you an idea about which companies you need to spend more time on to do research and which companies you can totally ignore by just spending 2 or 3 minutes on the company's website. So I hope this video will be useful in the future. Whenever you want to decide whether a company is worth researching, do these two tests and only then decide whether you want to do further research. Also, if you like this video, please click the like button, and if this video was helpful, please type helpful in the comment section. Thank you for watching this video. Bye bye and all the best.